Hello there, everyone. This is John back again here. Just going to be talking a little bit about pro wrestling here. It's about a little after 7 in SummerSlam. It's about to start for the main show in about 50 minutes here. Just thought I'd get on here, just talk a little bit about SummerSlam and obviously the huge return in AEW debut of one Phil Brooks, CM Punk. So. Yeah, needless to say, it's been crazy. I did see that. I did see that live. If you guys were following Matt in my Twitter account at MJ Make a Podcast, just a surreal moment, and just an amazing, you know, just an amazing thing that happened. One of the biggest moments in wrestling in a very, very long time. I mean, like you can make the argument that the biggest moment probably since maybe when Daniel Bryan won the WWE title at WrestleMania 30, or just the launch of AEW in general. But this was just incredible. Just the energy that was brought out by that crowd is just something you were just astounded by at just how happy and that is the one consistent thing that was really um pushed home was that CM Punk is happy. Wrestling fans are happy. And I think that's the one thing that AEW does a lot is that they make people happy, and myself included. It's by far my favorite wrestling company. It's by far my favorite wrestling company right now. And quite frankly, they give me everything that, quite frankly, that WWE doesn't give me. And SummerSlam is a great example of that. This SummerSlam card, quite frankly, yeah, it looks good on paper, but the build has been trash. It sucks. Like, yeah, Roman and Cena, they're you didn't really have to do too much to sell that, but at the same time, it did feel like that the build was extremely lazy. It feels like that's been a pretty consistent thing throughout the whole entire SummerSlam build has been laziness, complacency, and this is why I don't watch Raw or SmackDown anymore. These shows don't mean a goddamn thing. Like I'm just sick and tired of every single week of the same matches with the same format with the same people involved. Like it's literally copy and paste every single week. Like I'm not even watching these shows. I'm watching other people who are covering these shows. Um, people such as Fightful and Solid Monster and all those people, and it just reiterated as to why I just don't give a single damn about the product right now, and that's even being made into NXT, and with all of the cuts that were going on down there. I mean, it's not getting any better, and sooner or later, the more talent that you release and just have and are just gift wrapping them over to AEW here. And we had CM Punk, and you would think that with Bryan Danielson is probably going to be showing up at the Arthur Ashe show. And now, according to the Observer, um, Bray Wyatt, he's going to be signing there as well. So it's just another domino after like another here. So like one company is firing all cylinders and the other company is going in the exact opposite direction there. Really don't know what they are doing as a company right now. It's not it's like not good in WWE. If they're not careful, like you, you know, this upstart company is going to start to pass them by in the freaking ratings. Hell, I would not be surprised with in the next 6 or 8 months if they're averaging consistently at this same level as both like Raw and SmackDown. Now, I don't think it's going to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me either. They have so much that is going for with this company, and just the mainstream buzz that AEW got from Punk's debut last night. You had people on ESPN picking this up. Hell, I have so many casual friends who have, frankly had just stopped watching wrestling, period. And now they're intrigued because CM Punk is back in professional wrestling. A lot of people left WWE because they did him dirty so badly back in 2014, which ultimately left led to Punk, um, um, which ultimately led to him walking out there. So, it's all a very exciting time, and I'm trying to get excited about SummerSlam, but man, CM Punk just whatever little excitement or buzz that there was at SummerSlam, he just took it all away there. Which it shouldn't be a surprise. Like we all expected this to happen, and we are all like, man, it's not going to matter what they have planned, whether they have a Becky Lynch comeback, a Brock Lesnar comeback, if they have like Big E cash in on Bobby Lashley, like it's not gonna matter. Like they're just you know one company has their head on straight and is listening to their consumer, and the other company is only caring about the bottom dollar and just not about their consumers. Which I get it, it's a freaking business, but all of these cuts that they are doing, which, by the way, they are setting every single quarter record freaking profits every single quarter. You can't tell me that by cutting, that these many people, that's going to save them so much freaking money. Like it's freaking laughable. Um, and I'm I'm not going to be making any more excuses for WWE. The end of the freaking day, put on a good show, and I can deal with some of the things that 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 like don't make as like much sense. Yeah, I love all elite wrestling. They all are perfect, and some things do not make sense. But I am willing to give them more of the benefit of the freaking doubt when it comes to certain stories, because I see them consistently that they follow through on stories. And if something isn't working, they pivot and change and don't just end stories or take people off of TV for zero reason. And that's what WWE does all the freaking time. I feel like that every single show is giving me of something worth of importance where I feel like I have to watch every single show. They give you that vibe of that anything can freaking happen at any point in time. Hell, when I was at in Pittsburgh for the first All Elite Wrestling Rampage show, they gave you that. We had a freaking title change, and like right there, immediately gives this show credibility because they are telling you this show is important. Anything can freaking happen. And same thing on Dynamite. Now, I mean, they aren't without their problems, but hell, as I said, I can overlook a lot of that because they give me so many good things with their shows right now. So if say like one or two things aren't as good, but you give me five or six things that are pretty damn good, hell, I'm not going to be as freaking angry. Whereas in WWE, they give you four or five or six things that suck, and maybe one good thing, which that typically is our tribal chief Roman Reigns. It's just I'm not going to waste my time, and quite frankly, in my opinion, a lot of like you fans, you shouldn't do that either, and just making yourself suffer by watching these shows. Now, it's like one thing if you are a podcaster and you are getting paid to watch and like review these shows. That's completely different. But just like giving blind faith to this company, I just think we all just need to accept the WWE are who the WWE are. Like they are not a professional wrestling company. CM Punk said it perfectly in his promo last night. In 2005, he left professional wrestling, and on August 20th, 2021, he came back into professional wrestling. And I feel like that's a pretty good way to describe it because it's pretty much has been how things have been, unfortunately. So yeah, guys, I'm pretty excited about everything that's going on with all elite wrestling. I could give two shits about WWE, and I hate being constantly negative about them. I am not one of these people who is just negative just to be freaking negative. I want the shit to be good, but it's not. And I'm not going to be one of these people who just chooses a side and that's it. It's either you're good or you suck. And quite frankly, WWE has been completely suck for if, outside of a thing or two. I'm not going to give you credit there. So, for the things that completely suck. So yeah. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this small video here. I'm probably will be doing more. The Steelers are about to play here as well. I might do a preview video within a week or so. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a set schedule or anything. These videos are just gonna come and go pretty much when I have time, um, and stuff. So yeah, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at MJ Make a Podcast. I'll be tweeting along for pretty much anything and be more than happy to answer your questions and just kind of spitball ideas on opinions and stuff. So yeah, so yeah, guys. Until then, this is John signing off.